So, welcome to this week's edition of the Weekly Quacker. This is our third episode. I'm Duck Ninja 10.
And I am Montrobber Duck.
So, let's get started. We've got a sweet seat here in your house.
We just made ourselves comfortable in this little apartment here. Because today we have some noble topics, haven't we? The iPhone7 is our startup, as I think, right?
Yeah, you're gonna tell us a little bit about that. I haven't actually looked into this at all.
Have you watched the conference? No, you haven't. You said you haven't, right?
I honestly, I've never been into like iPhones and things. No. It's not my thing.
So you do not own an iPhone?
Yeah. I do have an iPhone, but it's my brother's old one. That's how I keep my phone. I get my brother's old ones.
It's cool because your character animation just perfectly fitted to what you were saying. All right. So yeah, I don't have an iPhone, and well, let's say I'm one of those persons, one of those people who do not really like Apple for their policy. I think their products their products are all right. The iPhone, for instance, it is a good phone in my opinion. I really like the iPad. Don't see much. I don't think iMacs are necessary because all of those name products for me are overpriced, like extremely overpriced. But I think that's something differently. And
yeah, I've never been a big fan of that stuff either. They're so expensive, aren't they? I mean, I had an iPad for Christmas, and it's been really good. It's lasted me 3 years. But no, I'm not going to go and spend a couple of thousand on a computer when I can just get a laptop for £300.
Yeah, that's the point. It's just extreme. I mean, they're a bit longer lasting iMacs, right? In comparison to other PCs, but I think they're just not holding up as good as they think they do, or they say they do. But it mostly depends on what you're using it for, I guess.
It's also this trend I found with Apple stuff, is like with my PC, not my PC, my laptop. I've had it for I think a year now, and it was £200 or €300, whatever. But with an iMac or an iPhone or an iPad, it's just like for some reason the trend is I get a new one next year, or I get a new one next couple of months. That's like the thing, the norm, which I don't really like.
Mm-hmm.
If I buy something, I want it. Do you know what I mean? Like if I buy my Xbox, I bought my Xbox One. I'm not going to go and buy an Xbox One Slim. I'm going to keep my Xbox One.
Funny that you mentioned it. That's going to be the next topic after this one, I think, right? With the PlayStation 4. But let's stick to the iPhone 7 first. So, have you seen any kind of information about the iPhone 7 on the internet?
I heard that there's not going to be a headphone jack, which to me makes Apple sound like money grabbers because they own Beats, and those are going to be the headphones that they're going to sell.
They got rid of the headphone jack completely. With the 3.5 millimeter jack, you can plug in your headphone jack and headphones, but you have to buy this adapter and you can adapt it to your Thunderbolt. It's just stupid. They call themselves courageous for doing so, because I think the official statement was they are the only one courageous enough to get rid of the headphone jack, which makes no sense. There's no courage behind this. It's just stupid. Why would they say that it's courageous?
Do you know what I call them, Niels? I call them retards. Absolute retards. Because, like, what's so interesting about getting rid of a headphone jack? Like, honestly, I could take like a piece of wood or a piece of tissue, and I could jam my headphone jack right now. And what are you gonna say? It's courageous that I closed it up? Like, I hate Apple. Hate them.
It just makes no sense. People on the internet keep saying, well, it's kind of like the floppy disk. They just got there's something better is coming, and they just got rid of the old one to replace it with a newer one. But in this case, there is nothing newer one in this phone within. It's just they just got rid of a technology that it's widely used It's publicly used and it's still fine, and everybody uses it. So there's, no, in my opinion, really no point in doing so.
But when those people were watching that conference, there was nothing floppy about their discs, Niels. Let's be honest. Come on. Absolutely.
There's nothing floppy about their discs. I guess so.
No way. No way.
It just blows my mind. And then they're selling. Yeah. You can connect your Bluetooth headphones to it, which I am a fan of, because I do not listen music with in-ears. I don't like in-ears except for when I'm running. Then it's just, you know, a lighter. The less weight on your heads, the better it is for running, and that's why I use in-ears for running. But if I want to actually enjoy music, I put on over-ear headphones, the big ones, and the ones I use are Bluetooth, so I don't have any wires pressing on my body while I'm going to the train station or somewhere else. And they are selling their new headphones, like their new Bluetooth in-ears, for $150, I guess. Was it $150 or $160? What the fuck?
Yeah. Also, what's with when I look at every Apple product now? Why does the screen always get bigger? Why do people want such big phones? I cannot get my head around it. Like, I can't fit one of those phones in my pocket if I was to buy one. It's just, it's insane.
Well, they were different. I'm actually pro big screens.
You like big screens?
I love big screens. Yes, I didn't like fuzzing around on my little screen a couple of years ago. It didn't seem very comfortable. And the more screen, the more, you know, the more useful it is to me, because I can actually tap on things that I want to tap on and not accidentally hit the other link in the browser or something. That's awesome in my opinion. The one trend I do not get is, why do phones get thinner? Because I would be totally fine with phones would get thicker but have more power in them. I would have no problem with it. Make phones thicker, make them heavier, but make them more powerful.
Yeah, so the other night, thinking about this, I was dreaming, having a sleep, with a dream. And in my dream, I picked up something next to my bed and I tried to take a bite out of it. I was probably eating in my dream.
Mm-hmm.
Probably eating. You put an iPhone next to me and I do that. I'm biting a chunk out of that new iPhone. I'm telling you. Absolutely happening.
You just bow down to grab something from the ground and it's just breaking in your pockets. Why does my character keep looking at the kitchen? Is there something in the kitchen that my character wants?
My guy, they definitely love food, because my guy's looking in the kitchen right now. And he's thinking, ooh, that looks good. What's in there?
Maybe I can check your phone for details. What? Why am I getting so many SMS right now?
Hello.
You know what? I'm just going to drink some green goo there. Perfect.
You drink your green goop and I have whiskey.
Yeah.
So, what else about it? What is so impressive about these iPhones? That's what we really need to get into. Like, why do I want one? Someone at Apple needs to tell me.
So the big difference between Apple and Android is just, you use an Android if you want more, let's call it quote-unquote freedom. You choose Apple if you really just want a phone that works. Because let's be honest, Apple the iOS it is called iOS, right? Yes, iOS, it just works.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's most appealing about them, that you don't have to worry about shit. The other thing is that if you have a problem, then this problem is more serious than at Android phones. And I have a Windows phone, which is completely out of the norm. But that's just because I'm kind of a Microsoft geek, so I think I'll just put myself out of this equation. And
I remember being excited for the Amazon phone. I wanted one of those because they look new and interesting.
The Fire, no, wasn't it the one called Fire? What was the name of those?
I think it was the Amazon Fire phone.
Fire phone. It was Fire phone.
Yeah, like the Kindle Fire.
Really promising, but then the reviews were just devastating in my if I remember correctly, right?
that's why I didn't get one. It was like, oh, well, I don't want one that's going to be appalling. It was like, there's no point, is there?
Yes.
So it was like, I'm not gonna get it then. You know what they say
really
about
cool.
these phones?
They're on
fire.
fire.
They did look cool. They're on fire.
I don't know.
Okay, I am a little tipsy.
Okay, you might want to sit down. Where are you? I did look on my phone. Oh, there you are. Oh my god. You know, if you vomit, you're gonna go to... If you vomit, you're going to clean it up, right?
Yeah, I'm definitely.
That goes without saying, right?
Clean it up. Just jump out the window and parachute away. Yeah. Also about iPhones. Are you finished on telling me what you want to tell me about iPhones? Have you got something else?
I completely forgot what my point was. So.
Well, you can put the cherry on the cake if you want to when I go over the things. I went on the App Store the other day, and it crushed my soul seeing little Mario's face on a game. Super Mario Run, the game was called, and it made me want to put my face through my iPad. I'm not even joking. Like, these are such great characters, Niels. And they're putting them on phones. I thought Pokemon Go was a one-time thing, and I didn't even like it.
Yeah, Mario is, I think, the most valuable franchise in all of gaming history.
I loved Mario games. I still do. If they bring a new Mario game, but Mario deserves his own console. He doesn't deserve to be on iPhone. He's too good for it, Niels. He's too good. What do you think about that?
This Mario Go thing is just a jump and run, right? He's running on his own,
yeah,
and you're just tapping the screen, and then he's jumping, right?
It's just Temple Run. Do you remember Temple Run, the game?
Yes.
When I was in school, everyone would play Temple Run, but like, it's just Temple Run, but with Mario and better graphics. Like, I'm sorry, it's not that impressive.
No, and there was some kind of explanation why they did it. I think one of the main reasons was Pokemon Go, and there was a huge success. But I don't accept mobile games as, games themselves.
They're not real games.
No.
They're not real games, are they? Like, if you want me to play a game, I'm sorry, it's either got to be on a PC or a console. That's the end of it. Or it's got to be a board game. And those are games.
Yeah. For years and years, games magazines and stuff are telling me when I read them or when I watch their videos, they were like, oh, well, there is a point in time where we just have to accept that mobile games are games now. And I'm like, no. Mobile games are more or less toxinating the games industry, because
they're going to be the death of the game industry.
Not quite the death, but they are.
If there ever is one, there won't be a death of the game industry. I think my audio went so high that it went into red. Then, if there is ever anything happens to the game industry, I think they could be the cause of something bad happening. I don't think they probably will. Until my audio touched down.
The concept of mobile games is just awful. The whole pay to win structure. Yes, I know it's from heavily influenced by MOBAs and stuff, but it's kind of got out of hand for not getting the complete game with DLCs. And there have been DLCs before in other games, yes, but in the last 2 or 3 years, it was just really it was something different. There were more and more DLCs that were giving you content that should have been in the game, or at least made me feel like it should have been included with my money that I bought this game. I mean, it's a full price title, paid $60 for it or $70 for it, and then they make DLC or something that it includes something that should have been there. And this is definitely a trend coming from mobile phones with their in-app purchases and stuff. It is even called in-app purchases. I mean, in games it's in-game purchases, but it's one and the same thing. But it was there on mobile first, and I think this is the toxic one. But that's how they make money. Yeah, that is definitely how they make money.
I dread the day that I turn my iPad on and see a game in which I can connect a controller to. I dread that day. Niels.
Yeah.
I don't want to alarm you, but I just got so drunk that when I drank more whiskey, it made me sober. I don't even know how that's scientifically possible. But get a scientist in here right now.
Maybe you just destroyed one of your... What's it called in English?
Livers. One of my livers.
Yes.
One of my livers just came right out.
Yes.
Look in my underpants, there's a liver in there.
You're destroying the second one.
Your
guy is not knowing what he's doing anymore. He's just fumbling around now.
I'm drinking myself to death.
I'm sure. Yeah.
I don't want to see that. I'm really kind of hurt by Nintendo doing it. I love Nintendo products. I love their games. I love Mario. And I don't want to see, Niels, God help me, if I see Link on iOS, I'm gonna go crazy. Like, it's just so upsetting. Why are they doing it? There's just no need.
I think there is need.
It's just money, isn't it? It is.
Yes, it is. It is always money. All in all, Nintendo is just a company, like every other company.
You can't forget that, can you? I mean, I saw that Sony. Did you see that Sony are going to be heading into? They said that they're going to be heading into mobile games as well, and they said it's purely because of Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
So it's pretty obvious what's going on. Like there's a trend coming. But, we'll still get our fantastic games, so let's not forget that. We will still get Mario on console, if you choose to buy the Nintendo NX.
I'm really looking forward to the Nintendo NX, to be honest. I'm not going to buy one, but I'm really curious to see what it is, and how it is, and what kind of innovation they're bringing.
I will buy it if I hear good reviews. I bought the Wii U too fast last time, and it disappointed me too much.
Oh, you actually own a Wii U?
I do own a Wii U. My least played console.
That's me with the PlayStation 4. I do own a PlayStation 4 as well, but
I will be buying a PS4 for that Spider-Man game they're making. But that's a conversation for another topic, for another podcast.
Yeah. I think we're not quite ready with our iPhone and Mario talks, right? Right. I'm just slumbering through words because honestly, I am very, very tired right now. I think I should get another zip of the green. Oh! Did you just leave the game? I just left the game. I think we're going to cut it right here. Someone's internet is not working correctly. And I think I'm just going to, kind of talk over the silence. The cracking you hear in the background, this kind of noise. It is my chair. It is a comfortable chair from IKEA, but it's cracking from time to time. And so let's send him a message. Did you leave the game? Question mark. Send. Let's see when he replies, if he replies. That is a beautiful sunset. There you go. He left the party. He probably lost connection to the internet. Well, it's either him or me who lost the connection to the internet. Oh, there's a message. No. He said no. Lost internet connection? Question mark. Dark Ninja joined the party. Are you with us? Let's check on him. Yeah. Still connecting. Disconnected. I think there's something going on with this internet. I'm not sure when I'm going to set in the cut. Oh, it's a beautiful sight. That is a very beautiful sight. And there's this message. No. A second no. It's a new message, isn't it? It's not just the same. No, it's a second message. Did not lose internet connection, did not leave the game. Very interesting. Very interesting. Just found money in my pocket. It is 50 cents. Nothing too alarming, but it's still money. Money's money. Let's just try and join his game. Invite more. Left the party. There you go. Invite to your party. Let's invite him. Invitation sent.
Hello.
Hey,
here we go. I'm back. So I don't know what just happened really. I didn't stop recording though, so it didn't last that long. So
have you stopped recording or haven't you?
No.
Yes,
I haven't stopped recording.
I left my recording up and running as well.
Good idea. Okay. So we're just gonna edit that out. I tell you what never happened.
Maybe.
I never left the game.
No.
I never left the game. Speaking of never leaving the game, do you know what someone who never left the game wouldn't do? He wouldn't just be in a game on his own. So I'm gonna meet back up with you. So as I was saying, we've learned from this that I hate Apple, and that's what do you think, Niels? Before we move on to our next topic.
Before we move on to next topic, I think we're not quite done with the. You hating Apple is such a strong word. I don't like the policy, the company policy. I'm okay with the products. I'm not okay with the prices, but I think that's everyone has to judge for themselves if they want them. They obviously have success. Nobody can doubt that. And I can see why, but I don't understand why people would actively. I wouldn't buy their products. Maybe an iPad, because iPads are cool. I really like iPads.
In fairness, they make good products, but
yeah,
they're just so expensive.
They're just
so expensive.
I think they're there's no relation between not quality but product price policy by Apple, and that's that's what kind of throws me off Apple. But yeah, that's my point of view on Apple.
If I had the money, I'd probably spend it on some of their products, more of their products. But no, I don't hate them. I get frustrated that when I go out, no one seems different anymore, and everyone has an iPhone. I think that's what annoys me.
That's a very strange point. I never heard this argument before.
Do you not find it kind of it makes everyone the same sometimes? Could you send me an invite, please? Do you know what I mean? Like, it just kind of it's nice when people have different things, so you can look at someone and be like, oh look, they've got a phone they like. But I find that with Apple it's just like a trend, so everyone's like, I've got to have the new iPhone.
Well, diversity is interesting indeed, and barely avoided an accident there. I see what you mean. And I don't know if I agree. I think I agree to an extent, but yeah, I totally get your point.
Let's be honest. Let's just say it. Everyone's allowed to make their own mind up, and if they chose to buy that phone, I hope they enjoy it. So I don't want anyone to have a bad time with anything. You can either join my game, Niels. It's not full. There's 15 people in here, or I'll join your game. It's up to you.
I have sent you an invitation.
Well,
you should have received an invitation from me.
I haven't got an invitation.
You haven't.
I'm not saying you didn't send one to me.
Okay, I'm just invite party to game. You know what? I'm directly sending you an invitation via the Xbox.
I got one. It's
nice.
True. Have it. Okay. Moving on. What else did you want to talk about, Niels?
I think we can smoothly segue into the next topic, because you said if you want to buy something, you want to have it for at least a couple of years, and not buying a new thing every year is now kind of exaggerated if you look at this topic. But it's about the next PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 4
One man can only make so much money, Niels. One man can only make so much money.
Okay.
Am I wrong or am I right?
I agree. I'm with you at this time. Where's this? There's this airplane. Perfect. So, was it this week or I think it was this week when they announced the new PlayStation 4, right? It's
Yeah,
not called,
I believe it
it's not
was.
called Neo, but it's called Pro, which...
Yeah, the Xbox One's called Scorpio, PlayStation's
Yes.
called Pro. I think it's Pro, which is kind of weird
yes.
because one makes it...
I thought Neo was so much more creative. Why did they
Yeah,
say
but maybe
Pro?
they wanted to stay clear of the Matrix.
Was... You think?
Maybe we are. Maybe we are in the Matrix.
Who knows? If you had the choice...
Different conversation for a different podcast.
Just one quick question. If you had the choice, would you leave the Matrix or wouldn't you?
The Matrix? Oh, I would be designing some sweet software and then going and living in it.
I don't think so.
You could live out any fantasy you wanted, Niels. You could be in Star
Wars. Let's say if you are Neo and you got the choice, exit the Matrix or take the other pill and forget everything and live your life go on with your life.
Oh, I just live my life. It's way too hard. I'm not going to be bothered to helping people. People don't help me. I'm not helping them. That's how I work.
I would have definitely taken the blue pill. Was it the blue pill or the red pill? No, blue pill makes you forget everything.
Yeah, he offers him the blue or the red pill.
Yeah.
Could you imagine he was colorblind and they were just both blue pills? So the blue or the red pill, they're both blue.
Yeah, he never actually wanted to leave the Matrix.
I don't want to confront him about it. I feel bad. Yeah, so... oh my god, we got way off topic there, didn't we?
Yeah.
So, yeah. The PlayStation Neo, what were you going to tell me about it?
So, it's not particularly the PlayStation Neo itself, it's just the trend of new console generations within the new console generation. We're still calling
it's kind of weird.
Yeah, we're still calling Xbox One and PlayStation 4 next gen, which obviously should be current gen by now, but we call it next gen. And with Xbox One Scorpio releasing or PlayStation 4 Pro, consoles are killing one of their biggest selling points. Having to buy one console and using it for the next couple of years. Hell, the Xbox One turned 10 last year. 10. And you could buy it for $400, 2005.
You forget how many, I remember going over, friends' houses or whatever in school, and people would have so many different variations of the Xbox 360. I think that started with that generation of PS3 and Xbox 360. They've been the ones that have started it. Because there was an Xbox Elite, an Xbox Slim, an Xbox Slim Elite or something. And I remember being like, why don't you just have the normal one? So many, Niels. So, yeah, they're just kind of marketing against themselves, really, aren't they, when you think about it?
Yeah. I think that's one of my major points to defend consoles, because I am definitely a console player. I cannot really finish games on PC for some odd reason that I cannot explain, and I don't want to explain right now. Don't want to try to explain right now. But I'm
if
definitely...
I had a PC... Yeah, carry on. I don't want to interrupt.
No, it's just a sentence. I'm definitely an Xbox player, and that's the sentence. What do you want to say?
If I had a PC, I've got no doubt I would be buying it just purely for better graphics, and I would be using a controller to play it. So, yeah.
So it wouldn't make any difference. It wouldn't make any difference to you.
No, it wouldn't make any difference to me. Would not make a difference to me. So, is there anything else you wanted to tell me about this?
The PlayStation 4 Neo is... I'm gonna turn off the game audio bits. The engines are kind of distracting. The PlayStation 4 Neo has better hardware, and I am way above you. I'm almost at top level. At top level, I turn off the engines and just glide. So it should run games on 4K, which it cannot do. It can only run them natively on 4K, like it can upscale them to 4K, but cannot play them at 4K. Which seems odd to me. I mean, I totally get the point why you would advertise it as 4K and such, and people who do not know the difference or simply do not care are not, well, are impressed or not, at least not turned off by that fact.
Yeah.
But it seems odd to me that why you want to go to 4K instantly? Why don't you look into the matter that, you know, having games run at 2K and 60 frames, for instance? I think that would be so much more interesting than having 4K and 30 frames. Now, I'm not the person who says 60 frames is so important and games have to be in 60 frames for me being able to play them. I'm totally fine with 30 frames. Like, totally fine. I think there's no problem with it, and it makes no difference if I see a game running at 30 or 60 frames per second. I know, I see the difference, but I just don't care. So, but many people do. A huge amount of people on the internet do care about the difference between 30 and 60 frames per second. So why would you skip the 2K mark and focus on better graphics, but not on the frame rate? I would definitely have gone for the frame rate.
Niels, the one sentence I recognized and understood from that was lots of people don't understand these technical words. And I can absolutely say that I'm one of those people. You may as well have tried to explain that to a rabbit. All I know is that I want to listen to you, and that I shouldn't buy the PlayStation because it's not as good as the Xbox One.
But it will be cheaper. The PlayStation 4 the PlayStation 4 Pro will hit shelves with the price of $400, which is the initial price point of the original PlayStation 4. When we do not have a release date for the Xbox One Scorpio, nor do we have a price point for it, but Phil Spencer said it is a quality product and will be priced as such. Meaning that it will cost a shitload of money. And granted, if it's worth it or not, I will see about it. I will definitely not put $600 on the table. I will definitely not do that. I would be still a bit disappointed if they say $600, because I don't know, it seems kind of odd to me. The Xbox One is at $250 right now. So
is it
kind of strange? It is at $250.
Oh wow, that's a lot higher than I thought it would be at, actually.
Well, given the fact that the console generation is just 3 years old.
Yeah. The one thing I did pick up when we were talking, though, it is weird, isn't it, when you think about it, how we're still saying next gen. Like, you wouldn't think our current generation would still be 360. If they're saying next gen, that means our current generation is still 360 and PlayStation 3.
I think it's because of the player base. There are still more people playing on the 360 than they're playing on the Xbox One, for instance, just because a huge amount of people did not, have not made the change yet. Those are just assumptions. I'm just assuming those numbers from what I know, but from what you bitch. You did not just blow me up. I was just peacefully gliding in the air. What? George!
It was like a bug hitting a windshield.
George!
Run!
You better
run!
I'm
out of here! Oh no. It was like a bug hitting a windshield. Oh, my mic. Oh, I gotta move my mic away from my face. Good lord, it's spiked. I must sound like the Gruffalo then.
The fuck, George? I was having a great time.
I'll get you a plane.
Well, we'll see about that. I mean, I'm gonna get myself a chopper and hunt you down, bitch.
Oh. Okay.
That's a promise.
Yeah. So it's due to the generation? Is it there's still too many people on 360? Is that the case?
Well, let's say the 360 had 80 million players or 90 million players when the next generation kicked in, and I think currently there are 32 million active users or 24 million active users. Well, now that I think about it, I might have been lying to you. Are there 24 or 32 million active Xbox Live users?
Niels, I'm gonna tell you right now, I have absolutely no idea. You may as well have asked a rabbit again.
Man. Alright, you know, all arguments I can think of are just justifying arguments that I said earlier and justifying arguments that I'm going to say. So I think I'm not going to say anything, and just go with it. I don't know why they still call it next gen, bro.
Okay.
That's just the official statement of Niels right now. I don't know why they call it next gen. I have a few ideas, but I don't want to sound stupid, so I might as well say nothing.
I don't know why they call them next gen, bro. That's the official statement. Are we moving on from this?
PlayStation. Well, doesn't it upset you that you have to buy to buy new, not have to buy, but ought to buy a new console generation of the current generation?
Oh, Niels, let me in.
If you survive.
Ow.
That did look vicious, but I think getting chopped down by a chopper is always looking vicious. Or brutal, at least. The Xbox One Scorpio will be the most powerful console created when it comes out. That's what they said, and I'm kind of looking forward to see what they did with this console. Apparently, the Xbox One Scorpio will be able to play games on 4K without native resolution, so they will have true 4K with their higher quality pixels. It's just ridiculous. But I completely lost my point there. See, as soon as we started to not sit on our lovely couch anymore, I completely lost track of what I was saying.
You can't not sit on the. You gotta sit on the couch. The couch lets the words just flow through you.
It gives me time to think. It really gives me time to think. If I have to concentrate on a game and talk in a foreign language, well.
So let's have one little statement quickly. I'll try and do it in 5 minutes because I've been wanting to do it since the last podcast. To wrap it up, did you see that Joe Manganiello, one of those, Joe, one of those, has been cast as Deathstroke in the Ben Affleck solo Batman film?
Yes, I have. Oh God, I cannot. Wow, what's his face?
He was Flash Thompson, is Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. He's also been in. I saw him in the new Pee Wee Herman film, which was on Netflix. Not a great film, but he was good in it. He's a pretty big human being. He's like 6'5",
yes.
I think.
And I think he's jacked, right? Like he's muscly.
That's what I hear. That's the rumor I hear. T-boned. Oh, I was T-boned.
Yes. Do we have the same car? But like we have the same car.
We do have the same car. But you're a racist, so yours is in white.
I'm just a supremacist.
The supremacist. No, I bet I can. Niels, being as where I'm about to, yeah, but I as I'm saying, I think that sounds great. Get as much different characters that we haven't seen in Batman films as you possibly can in this Ben Affleck solo Batman movie. It just makes it so much more enjoyable.
Do you think? When I heard that Ben Affleck once wanted to direct his own Batman movie, I was thinking that's a joke, right? Like he's joking.
He's an amazing director.
Then it was confirmed, and I was like, really? So he is actually an amazing director. I think I have not seen a single Ben Affleck directed movie.
Watch The Town. It is an Argo as well. Amazing films. He's one of the best directors around at the moment. Niels, I'll go on a limb and say I don't like the Christopher Nolan Batman films, and I know you do. There is a chance that his Batman film could be more well made. If there's anyone who can do it, he can do it. He probably won't. I hope he does, because I just want to see as much good films as possible. But there's a chance he could do it, Niels.
I'm just trusting you on this.
Come
one.
on.
I trust your
Niels,
expertise. Yes?
Let's be honest. None of us want to see bad films. We're all hoping for good films.
We're all hoping for good films. So, well, from time to time
Niels,
I want to see bad films. On very...
What? Yeah, like Troll 2.
Occasionally.
Like, have you seen Troll 2, Niels?
Troll 2?
Niels, when you're editing this, go and look, type in "oh no, they're eating him," and then they're gonna eat me, followed by Troll 2. Blow your mind. It'll blow your mind. I'm telling you. Okay, Niels. I think we're gonna wrap this. I guess we'll wrap.
I'm kind of afraid now. Let me have a look on my clock. I think we still have a couple of minutes to go, 10 minutes or something. Because 3 minutes, we still have 3 minutes and 48 seconds. Ugh.
Niels, I want you to come right at me, down the runway, right at me. I reckon I can take you out with my revolver. One shot with the revolver.
It's Justing, the one episode that never released. I'm at the runway.
The episode that never had. Maybe we'll do it again one day. Oh, almost. Come on, Niels. Come back at me. And this time, don't fly off. I'll try and roll under you if I have to. Come on. Oof. Oh.
I am doing it up and roll over. Where are you? There's the runway. You're on the middle one, right?
Yeah, come on. Come on. Come on.
Are you not entertained?
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's horrendous.
That is looking awesome. Is your footage great? Does it look great on your footage?
Niels?
On mine it looks mediocre, but I think with the lightning it should look awesome.
It looks pretty good. You say with lightning.
Come on.
I can't believe you quoted Russell Crowe as well. You don't entertain. Oh my god! Oh
did
my!
I hit you? How did I not hit you?
I rolled under your wheel. Oh, easy.
Now that you mentioned Russell Crowe, yeah, the Gladiator reference, I watched The Nice Guys 2 days ago.
Oh, it's really good. It's really good. Real funny. Real funny film.
I wanted to watch it in the cinemas, but I was torn between Demolition with Jake Gyllenhaal and
also
The
a very
Nice
good
Guys.
Film.
And my partner, the one I was going to cinema, said he wanted to see Demolition. I'm like, alright, then I'm going to watch Nice Guys on Blu-ray, and that's what I did. And George left.
Come on.
Dark Ninja is out of the game. You know what, I think then we can end this podcast. People watching this troublesome podcast, there were kind of few faults, as I want to call them. Problems occurring on this podcast, but nevertheless, leave us comments and leave us... Oh, now I closed the alarm app. There you go. Let's put it on a halt. Yes, that's actually a very good shot right there. Was kind of impressed. Leave us a comment, leave us feedback, leave us everything you have. Tell us about what you think about the new iPhone. Do you have an iPhone? What do you think about Apple themselves and stuff? What you think about... What was the other topic? Nintendo. Or mobile games. I would be very interested in hearing your opinions about mobile games. Are we the only ones thinking that mobile games are kind of toxic to the game industry? Is it just a millennial thought, or do you think, well, those people do not have a fucking clue about what they're talking about? And this Mojo guy is clearly very sleepy and does not bring out a clear sentence in English. Why isn't he going to bed or drink something to break up his brain? You know what? You're totally right. I should definitely do that. But, I messed up the last sentence. That's it. And there we have George again. You actually stopped the footage. All right, because I'm just going. You gave the crack. I'm going to give them the crack right now. So people, see you on the next. I'm giving them the crack right now. People, we'll see you on the next daily weekly Quacker. Quack.